Hello and welcome to another edition of the Wildcat Walkthrough. I am Cedric Bailey, and I'm so honored to have with me the head coach of the Dunbar Wildcats, Coach Lawson. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Cedric. How you doing today?
I am doing all right, and I tell you what, I was just like excited that we were able to get that game underway on this past Friday night against Lake Worth. Talk to me, Coach, about what it took for you guys to get prepared for that game.
Well, really, once we got there, we just kind of we're just kind of sitting back, and we knew right when we pulled up to the stadium, that was already into a delay. So we kind of just told the kids to just sit tight, and we was trying to use the other locker room on the visitor side, just to kind of have enough spacing. But they told us we had to move over to the other side because that locker room started flooding out. So we did move back over to the locker room and just kind of let the kids just kind of just be loose as much as possible, and we were just waiting on to get the clear that when we could start.
Well, I was up in the press box, and man, there's a bunch of characters up in the press box, and Dr. Langston came up, and they sounded the alarms and did everything, and we waited our time, and we got the word. You guys came out in the rain. I said, look, we're going to get some football in, and we saw the faithful few that came out with their ponchos, and, that gives you support. But, the kids, they wanted this game. You didn't want to go to a Saturday. You want to get that done,
Oh yeah, they wanted to play, and they knew what was at stake. So they already got to the stadium, and even when they released us, it was still rainy and they were just so happy, like kids playing out in the snow. They just kind of went out, was happy to be getting out on the field, and they was just ready to get on. They were antsy. They was ready to get it on because they knew the importance of this game.
That's right. I'm going to now go ahead and share with our listeners our screen so they could be able to kind of walk us through and tell everybody how everything was looking as we look at the games that took place over the weekend on Thursday night. You had Eastern Hills, they beat Castleberry 41-13. You guys won 14-10. Of course, Western Hills, that game was on Saturday at 11 o'clock, and Kennedale beat them 38-0. So you had a chance to check out that game, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, let's talk about Coach Barrett and his team. You guys, I'm looking at the standings. It's a three-way tie for first place. So you already beat Lake Worth. All you got to do is beat Kennedale. And then Kennedale is going to need some help from Western Hills to beat Eastern Hills for them to win the district. All y'all do is just one thing and just win the game.
Yeah, we just got to win it out. And that's, again, we hold our own destiny. Just like, going into the games. These last three games, we've been letting our kids know the importance of those games, and they're very important. They're like a playoff game for us. So going to this, and I talked with the kids after practice yesterday. I just set them down in the bleachers, and we just say, man, it's right here at your fingertips. Don't squander it away. This is your opportunity. This is your opportunity. So we're just now putting it there and just to let them know, hey man, just go out there and just have fun, do your game, do your job, and we'll be fine.
Well, Murray Moore has 2,161 yards, averaging 240 yards a game with 9 yards a carry, 231, of course, attempts, 19 touchdowns. And the number I see the most on here I like is fumbles, 0. He's had maybe one or something like that.
Yeah, he's had a couple. And again, we just keep talking, about ball security and stuff like that, and we make sure we kind of get those other running backs in to give them a pretty good break as well. So we get those guys in so they can run the ball and kind of, just alleviate some of that pressure that's on it.
Yes. Let's talk about number 2, Tahan Odom. He's a senior this year, and he's leading the district in yards, 598 3 yards, and he scored 8 touchdowns. So let's talk about Odom.
Odom's, a very talented young man, and I've been telling him, man, he's just so talented. I mean, he don't even know how talented he really is, but he's really buying in and homing in this year. So he's doing a really, really great job. And like I tell him, we're gonna go on the feet of him and Gene. So we got to make some plays in order for us to be successful. And all he got to do is just play the game and play how it comes to him.
Yes. Let's talk about your defense, the cornerbacks. I was like, man, you guys got 11 interceptions. Ben Smith, is he a sophomore?
Ben is a junior. He's a junior. We have another kid over there. Number 3 is one of the corners. Is Kalen King. He's a sophomore. Then we have Antoine Thompson. He's a junior.
Well, Ben's got 4 picks. Antoine's got 3, and then Jamarian Garrett even got a couple of picks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So those guys are doing well. We first started out. We knew what we had with Antoine. So the rest of us, Antoine, we knew he was going to be a stickler for us over there. But King has really stepped up and just really grew a lot this year. To be coming in from a freshman year and then to come in the sophomore year and to start every game, and he's really improved. We started out a little shaky with him, and he got a chance to see the difference at this level. And he's doing a really good job. He's doing a really good job.
Well, I tell you what, I know one thing. Your nose guard, Denaric Yarborough, when it comes to defense, man, he played a heck of a game. I looked up and he was all over the place. He was doing great. Mills was doing good. And then also Jamarian Garrett, man, he's number 3 in the district with 68 tackles,
Yeah, Jamarian doing that. He's a sophomore. So he's doing real well. And that's the kid that we use at the running back position as well. So we hate to lose out on him because next year, when Gene moves on, he'd probably be one of those that'll be stepping in as that starting tailback. So we have to, either way it goes, we have to find a guy, but we still have Ben. But no, Jamarian is doing a great job. He's doing a great job on both sides of the ball because he's always around when the offense got the ball because he may have to get a couple of carries here and there just to spell Gene somewhere he doesn't get so tired.
Yes. Let's also, I'm gonna pull back up the screen here in just a second. And I want to be able to let the people see when we look at your offensive line that's blocking, because Murray Moore wouldn't be able to get all this without this line. So let's shine the light on the offensive coordinator and what the front 5 are being able to do, Coach.
Okay, well, I can just name those guys. On one of our tackles is Orlando Roman. He's a junior. On the other side, we have Kimani Moore. He's a sophomore. One of the tackles and the big tackles is Jalen Shepard. He's a senior. Then we have a junior center, which is Marcelina area. Then at the other guard is our big freshman, which is big Zion Williams. He's a sophomore. Then we'll bring in a couple of guys. We'll bring in Zachorian Coleman. He's a junior. And then we'll bring in Kamori will come in and play a little bit of it. Kamori Moore. He's a freshman. So we got a lot of guys that's there and young. We just have one senior on that line. So, and they're just getting stronger as the time progresses.
After watching Kennedale win over the weekend, what are your concerns about Coach Barrett's team? They still run that wing T.
Yeah, really just be an assignment. We match up pretty good with them on the inside. We got to make sure we're on that edge. We got to make sure that we take care of our benches on the edge. Last year we was right there with them, and then he figured out, hey, we were kind of weak on the outside on the edges, so he started hitting us hard there. So we gotta really firm those positions up. And one thing about it is those same guys will be out there on the edge. Maybe a year older, we'll be a little bit better. So hopefully we can maintain that, and we're just going through film showing them this. So we're going to be ready for them. We know it's going to be a physical game, just like the past game we just had against Lakewood. So we're going over there to meet the Titans.
So have you guys had a chance to meet normally to talk about the outcome of how the playoffs are going to go? Because you will play one of the top 4 teams in District 5. Is that correct?
I basically talked to them. I've talked with a few of the coaches from the other district, which is 5-4A. I talked with Stephenville, and then we talked with the La Vega. It just really depends on if we can win that, we can win out. We win this game. That puts us in the driver's seat. In that other district, the only team that's really just sitting there in concrete is China Springs. They're undefeated, so and this is their bye week. They've already finished the season. So I know they'll be at our game this Friday, this Friday in Kennedale. So we're just kind of waiting to just see how it's going to just break down. I got to really look at their schedule. I do have the case scenarios. I got if Stephenville has to win by 8 points, and I put move up to 2nd place.
Okay, you're listening to the Wildcat. We're talking with Coach Todd Lawson doing the Wildcat walkthrough and getting ready for the game that's going on this coming Friday night in Kennedale. So, Coach, now if you said China Springs definitely going to win that district, so yes. That leaves Waco, Lamega, and then Stephenville and Alvarado. That's who I'm gonna say. The purple.
Yeah, Alvarado. Yeah, Alvarado. So it just really bumps down to that Stephenville and La Vega. See, they play Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kind of waiting to see how that's going to pan out. I'm hoping they move their game up, but they are talking about moving their game up to play on that Thursday due to the weather. So I'm hoping I do that. Then I'll go down to Waco to see that. I'm gonna go down there to see that game.
Yeah, but Coach Barrett is not going to move that game regardless.
We did talk about it. We did talk about it. And I thought it would be best for me, our situation, to play it on Friday, just due to our scheduling and things like that. See, I don't get to see my kids every day. If I was getting them every day doing athletics, that means I could be able to get the time in. But if we play it on a Thursday, that means I would only get to see them. It's basically cut my practice in half.
Yeah.
So, we just gonna play with what the good Lord gives us. If He give us rain, we're gonna play in the rain. If He give us good weather, we're gonna play either or. We're gonna play it. So
I got you. Now here's the deal: if you win this game, win the district, do we get a chance to be at home to pick where we're gonna play at?
Yes, we'll get a chance to be here at home, and that'll be against more than likely it'll be against Alvarado.
And where will it be played at?
We'll probably be looking at Clark. I'm thinking we'll be the only one that got the schedule there. I'll be meeting with Dean in the morning, but that's what we're pushing for.
I got you. I was just wondering about that. I was checking on some of the other schools too, and I see Everman got a pretty good ball team this year. They're like 8-1 this year.
Yes, they play strong. I've seen them on some film of some games. They're real strong and they're throwing to the ball, so they're looking real good as well.
Are they 4A or 5A?
No, they're 5A. They're 5A. So
that's what I thought. So this would be a time that we'd all had to go up against each other.
Yes,
you guys are 4A. So are you? So it depends on the teams that get in. If you're 4A1 and 4A2.
Yes. So we kind of know what we are. We like I say, we can just get a good seed and do what we're supposed to do that first round, and then we know we'll pull one of those schools out of either Dallas or Salina up in that area for that Region 2 area. So.
All right. Well, that'll be really great or so. But anyway, Coach, I just want to say thank you. It's been a great year, and you learned a lot. The team has come through. I was able to come through the locker room the other day, and I was like, man, y'all got a shutout in the second half, didn't you?
Yes, was able to do that.
Yeah. And then it was twice when they were driving. I was like, man, you're gonna have to ask your defense to stop them twice. And with their quarterback and running back, they're more and Reese, number 13, your defense did it, man. And it was
they were playing a lot like us. He kept his best players, Reese, and he kept them on the field. And we kind of when we kept our eye on the quarterback when he was on defense, we like, he's getting a little winded. So that was actually with him, with us running the ball like that, he was having to make a lot of tackles.
Yeah,
that wasn't kind of take away from his offensive game, but hey, man, again, we're going to face the quarterback again next year. So he's a very good quarterback competitor. He gets downhill, he can run the ball. So my hats off to him. We knew it was going to be a close and physical game, but I felt really good about it, even when he was making that final drive. And I said, if they can score, if they do score, and they give us about 3 minutes on that clock, we got ample enough time to go back down. We had we got a field goal kicker, and so it was really but we was able to stop them and maintain them. So that was a great thing for on the defense.
Well, the penalties kind of cut down a little bit more for you guys. I didn't see a lot of holding. So again, for on that was really good. Now they did call the penalty on the return on the kickoff, and what happens was. Did we have too many guys on the white side, or what happened?
Well, he said we was trying to see who he bumped into. He said he bumped into one of the kids running down running down the side, running down the sideline. That was a really big. That was a big play as well. It kind of shot us in the foot because that would put us in a good position to go on down and score again. So, but those things happen, and you just learn from it. Keep going.
Was that Ben that ran that kickoff?
Yes, that was Ben.
That's what I thought. Tell me what's so special about Ben Smith?
Ben is one of those guys. Ben is one of those guys that he's just a football player. He just walked them office now. Ben is just one of those guys that he's a football player. He plays at every side of the ball. He understands the game, we just try to get him the ball because he understands the game. He understands the situations and things like that in the game. So you just try to give him the ball and let him do his thing.
Yeah, well, I say this, that hold opened up for just 1 minute. And even the guys on the other side, they was like, man, that hole opened so quick. Ben hit that hole. He made that 10-yard touchdown run. And that was so incredible. I've seen him do that before. And
Oh yeah, that's one of his special. He's a very good return guy. So we know we can put a lot of pressure on the team when he get back there. So we knew it was. We kind of had him up a little closer because a lot of people has been doing a lot of pooch kicks and things like that to it. So we was able to kind of get him back deeper, and he just let him do his thing.
Yeah. Well, Coach, hey, it's going down this Friday night. Kennedale, it's the Wildcats versus the Wildcats. And there's so many things I want to say, but I can't say it online because you're not going to be calling me, But I will say this. Coach Baird be past the hash line. Coach Baird be in the field. Coach Baird be everywhere.
I'm gonna have to match him this game. So if I see him, I'm gonna have to match him. So when they tell me to get back, I'm gonna just point across the field. Maybe that'll upset him and get his mind off the game or something. But I already know he gonna have him ready.
Oh Lord,
ready to play. And we just gotta meet him head to head.
Yeah, that line official on the side, he gonna talk to him till his ear fall off and the head.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming, but it's all in fun. So hey, man, it's gonna be exciting. So congratulations. And I tell you what, you've done a fine job with these young men or so. It's been incredible to cover. I had the time of my life covering Dunbar football, and I want people to continue to support. Thank you, everybody, for being there for these kids, and you got a good program going up, and I want to commend you for what you're doing because we heard what happened with Duncanville. You know what I mean? The recruiting violations, the player situation that happened over there. And that is a very hard thing that you have to deal with, and you're making them want to stay and play football for Dunbar. So keep up the good work. Your volunteer coaches, Lonnie, I know you're out there. I see the bar. And give me those volunteer coaches again.
Oh, right now we have Jimmy Smith. I don't know if you heard of that name.
Yeah.
Jimmy Smith III. That's the receiver's son that played for Jacksonville. Yeah. That's his son Trey. Yeah, we call him Trey, but that's his son. He went to Louisville and he went into the NFL, kind of got cut this, didn't make it, but he's had some tryouts these last couple of weeks. So him, and then I got my brother Lonnie. So they're coming in and they're bringing some experience and just bringing some different kind of eyes to the game and kind of help the kids to understand the game. So they're great, great help.
Yeah. All right. But thanks a lot, Coach Lawson, hanging out with us. Of course, it's the Wildcat walkthrough, and it's for the district championship. So all I can say, go Wildcats and good luck against Kennedale on this Friday night.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.